Today in this class, we're discussing about optical fibers. It is from Module 3 and Chapter 5. Now this is called a optical fibers. Now these optical fibers play an important role in communication. This is communication. Previously, the communication was made by electrical communication. This is electrical communication. And the second type of communication what we are studying is called as an optical communication. Now compare these two communications. One is electrical and second is optical communication. Now this is having frequency range of 10 raised to 10 Hertz. And this is having frequency range of 10 raised to 14 Hertz. Now you compare these two now. That means this is 10 raised to 14 Hertz. Difference of this one for 10 raised to 10 Hertz. This leads to the 10 raised to 4 Hertz now. Now see 10 raised to 4 Hertz is there. This is that much of excess information capacity. We can say that extra information capacity for this one now. That means roughly talking, if you simply this is become something like 10,000 Hertz, this much of extra capacity is there for the optical fiber over the electrical communication. That is why this communication, optical fiber communication, uses light, and the previous was using then electrical signals. The light travels at the velocity of 3 lakh kilometer per second now. This is highest velocity on the surface of the earth now. 3 lakh kilometers per second is the highest velocity on the surface of the earth now. This means that the optical communication is very far more faster than electrical communication. And this communication, when it comes into practice now, this has revolutionized the communication system, and human communication becomes at the speed of velocity of the light. Now these optical fibers are there. The optical fiber communication is there now. Now here what happens now? In the year something like 1960s, this was only in theory. Why this was in theory now? Because creating such an optical fiber which can transfer the light radiation for longer distance was impossible now. That means on that time the several thousands decibel of this is optical fiber losses, and this loss was known as a attenuation. Attenuation was there now, high loss was there now. That means it was not possible to transfer light for the longer distances. Then our scientists have worked for few more years now, and they found that this was loss was something like 20 decibels per kilometer now. And this loss was further increased. That means further this was when quality of the glass has increased now, the losses have decreased now. This has come to the 0.2 decibels, this is per kilometer now. Now with this minimum loss, what happened here? The dream of optical communication by using optical fiber was practical. This was made practical by the losses, minimum losses like that 0.2 decibels per kilometer. Now in the year of 1979, this is optical fiber cables have come here, and they have replaced many of the electrical cables, and this has revolutionized this one. On that time, the optical fibers have overtaken to the electrical cables. Now the communication becomes very rapid now. Now this is also called as in photonics now. This is also known as a photonics now. What this photonics is there now? Here say photonics means what happens now? The optical fibers are there. Now is also they are used for the communications, and this communication as a light wave communication, but name was a photonics being used now. Increasingly, this was very popular name on that time. Now this is photonics mean this is called as a enabling technology. It is. What this technology is for now? See, they wanted to increase the performance of the optical fiber. They wanted to improve the performance of the optical fiber and to reduce its cost now. The cost has been considerably reduced now. The reducing of this cost now this has become practical one now. Because of this one, the optical fibers are used now. Then all over in the 1979 to 1984, it has Indians and also replaced the electrical fibers by the optical fiber communication. Now how this has been constructed now? This is called as a construction. How this can be CONSTRU constructed. How this can be constructed? We can call it construction. Constructed now. Now this optical fiber is constructed by a single glass. Say this is a cylindrical glass tube is there. This is one cylindrical glass tube is there. Now this is called a central part now. The central part is called as a core. Over this, the glass another is there, and this is having the same center. They are called as a concentric, and this part is called as a cladding. The inner part is called as a core and external part is a cladding now. What is the difference between core and cladding now? Though they are raised from this one now, this has got refractive index N1 and this has refractive N2 now, such that N1 is always greater than N2 now. Now this is both are grown into the same glass. This is called as a core. This is called as cladding. Difference is refractive index N1. This has got N2. N1 is greater than N2 now. And all this arrangement made up a glass kept into a PVC jacket, polyurethane jacket. This is called as an jacket now. What this jacket means now? This is called a polyurethane jacket now. Now this jacket is there. Now this gives a mechanical support for this glass fiber now. That means it prevents or it protects from any chemical or any mechanical aberrations such that the cable cannot be damaged now. Now this is how it has been constructed, how the optical fiber is constructed, that is shown into the figure now. Now this optical fiber, once it is constructed now, then how the communication is done into this one now. That means how the propagation can be done into this one now. As I am talking here, losses are reduced here. As I am talking here, losses are very high here. And this was the 20 kilo, this is 20 and this has become 0.2 now. How this is made possible now? Now this is works on the principle. This is called as an principle. That means you can see that optical communication principle, optical fiber principle, that is called a total internal reflection. It works on principle, it is called a total internal reflection. What is this reflection now? When a ray of light falls on one surface, it gets back to the same side now. But when this happens in case of mirror now, mirror absorbs some radiation. There is loss of radiation takes place. But in case of total internal reflection, absolutely there is no loss. I can say that there is no loss is there. That means when there is no loss is there, that means you can transfer the signals for the longer distances. When there is no loss, you don't have any loss is there. That means this enables us to transfer signals for the longer distances. Now what is the total internal reflection now? Total reflection means when a ray of light falls on one medium, then it goes to the another medium. That is called as a refraction. Refraction takes place now. Now here you can see when the refraction takes place, the angle of incidence and angle of refractions are different. Now let us consider here This is as an x-axis, I'll write this is a x now, this is called as an x dash. And this is called a y-axis now. We know that this you call it as a y and this call it as a y dash now. This is a origin, we can call the O now. Now this is upper surface, it's a lower surface now, we can call refractive index N1, we call refractive index N2 here. Just imagine the ray of the light that passes and that falls on the center, we can call this as a ray is called as a now. This ray after refraction, it comes in this way now. We can call this as a dash. This is called as in theta 1 and this is called as a theta 2. Always you can see that theta 2 is greater than theta 1. Now this ray comes down. And what about this one? This ray goes up now. That means we'll take another example for this one now. Another you call it is a B here. This is B now. What is this B now? The angle of B is there. From this normal, we can call this as a theta C now. Critical angle it is called as. At this angle, what happens? The ray comes here. First it was here, increasing this coming up now. That means what happens? This is called as an B dash now. This OB dash is parallel to your x-axis. This is grazing the surface now. And further if you increase this is increasing more than theta C now. This angle is there. Then what happens? This gets reflected into this one. This is C and this becomes a C dash. Now this ray is called the total internally reflected ray. There is no loss for this one now, this ray now. This ray has got totally reflected. This is a phenomenon of total reflection is there, because of which what happens now? Light transmission is possible, no light is lost now. Now here I can say this becomes as a 90 degree now. And this becomes your theta C. When theta C is there, now this becomes 90 degree now. In this condition, we can apply the Snell's law. Snell's law is, you can write it, this is mu 1, this becomes as sine theta 1, and is equal to, this is mu 2, this becomes as sine theta 2. This is for total internal reflection, theta 1 becomes equal to the theta C, and this theta 2 becomes equal to, this is a 90 degree as I showed in the figure, this is a 90 degree here. Now see here, substitute these values into this one, this becomes as mu 1, this is sine theta C, and this becomes mu 2 into this is 1. That means sine theta C is equal to, this becomes mu 2 upon mu 1. Therefore you can write it as a theta C equal to, this becomes as sine inverse of mu 2 upon this is a mu 1. Now the theta C is called the critical angle, above which what happens now? Above this theta C is then, above anything that is greater this x now, this becomes as total internal reflection. Total internal reflection is only possible when the angle is greater than theta C now. And this tells us that the losses can be absolutely equal to 0 now, because of which what happens now? Optical fiber communication is possible. Now propagation of light now, this is called as a propagation of light into optical fiber now. How propagation takes place now? Let us consider an optical fiber like this. This is an optical fiber now. Over this, there is a cladding now. This is shown as an cladding is above this one. This is called as a cladding now. The ray enters this one. The ray suffers multiple reflections this one. And in all the cases, the angle of incidence is more here. Angle of incidence is more. The ray suffers multiple reflections. You see that every reflection here, there is no absolute any loss of energy is there. Now whatever the angle of incidence intensity is there, that also comes out here. There is no loss is there. And this makes the radiations to come out after multi reflections. No loss is there. And this is how the light propagates into the optical fiber. We are calling it as a optical fiber cable now. Now this is how the propagation of the light takes place into the optical fiber now. Now what is the importance of this one now? What is the significance of this one into the total internal reflection? Total internal reflection is there. That we are calling it as a total internal reflection. Now this makes the significance is no loss into the energy or into light energy when the communication takes place now. This finally helped the people to make communication in the form of light now. And this is traveling with 3 lakh kilometers per second now. This is all about what is optical fiber, how the optical fibers are constructed, how the light propagates into the optical fiber, what is total internal reflection, and what are the importance of total internal reflection and propagation. This is all about today. Thank you for watching.